Hey, too fast for you here. I got to tell you about this car. I love it. All right, I have a personal connection with it. When I won this car in 2004 in GT4, I'll tell you what, I was absolutely so excited. And then I maxed it out and saw the specs, and wow, you know. And then all of a sudden, I got hit with turbo lag, right? Right, we all did. Anyway, this car ran in Nevada, where I live, and it ran the Silverstate Classic and the what they call the Nevada Open Road, basically a time attack deal. And the 2003 car crash, you're going to see that. There's a lot of video. I have a lot of video, and there's also a lot of stills. Just a lot of history in this car, a lot of stuff. So stay tuned. You'll enjoy the video. If you enjoy this car, you'll love the video. I for one, just thought the colors and everything in the livery were so cool, right? Very cool. Anyway, let's go out to 2003 Nevada. Here we go. Anyway, he's out there, right? And so he's getting ready to run the 2003 car. And it's a Z, you know, but I gotta tell you, he wasn't expecting any troubles, you know. I'm sure, you know, a lot of cars run out there, and there's been a few incidents, but nothing like this. I mean, and here he is taking off, and you know, they move pretty good. I mean, there's no speed limit signs out here in Nevada. We don't have a lot of straight roads here, and you know, this open challenge, they move. I mean, these cars are built for top end, you know. That's why the turbo lag probably in Gran Turismo 4 is a little slow, you know, to be honest with you. But you'll hear the tire busting, and that's what happened. I mean, a tire just got worn out, and you won't believe what happened in 2004. It almost happened again. But anyway, the bottom line is, wow, you know, 5 football fields, man. Everybody just assumed he was dead. I mean, he would be found dead in the car itself. And then when you look at the car, I mean, we're out there, right? You just can't even believe, all right, the deal. Anyway, talk about inside the car and getting jacked around, boy. Check this out. I mean, you can see the violence that was involved in this crash, just initially, though, you know. Look at that. Wow. Wicked. And, you know, I can't believe he walked out of that car, you know, and then he's far away. He must have walked somewhat, you know, you get thrown out of the car or nothing. So he's hurting, right? You can tell. And then the helicopter come. I couldn't believe this. And they drop him back off at the starting line. He should be in the hospital. But he's saying, you know, I'm okay. I don't know. You know, I think it was more a show. He kind of in shock, you know, but he's hurting. Say, let's go have a drink. Boy, howdy, right? And anyway, and he ends up in the hospital ultimately, you know, internal injuries maybe. Just real bad. And then you'll see the end result of this. You can tell the seriousness in these guys' faces. I mean, they're very concerned about him, you know. But yeah, but in general, and then memorial kind of tribute to the crash, and you know what that means, right? Anyway, right? Yeah. So I'll let you watch this in silence for a minute. I know the volume's down on the other side. There's the man there. Good old Daisha. And one thing about him, you know, though, I gotta tell you, this guy had a sense of humor. I gotta tell you for sure, right? If you don't believe me, well, check it out. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. Anyway, he's going to tell you. Surprise. You know, make sure you subscribe to this guy's channel. Subscribe. Anyway, going to 2004. We're down at June Motorsports, and they're building the 2004 car we all know in Gran Turismo 4. The 04 Option Stream Z. And they're doing an interview with June, and, you know, he discussing the car and the mechanics, the engineering, and the build. Because these cars, you know, you don't go down to the dealership and buy these cars. They're in stock, right? Right? And they're heavily, heavily modified vehicles. And, you know, and boy, look at the safety equipment of this car coming that they did. Especially after that crash, you're going to see how they built this thing. And there's the 2003 car. Man, I'll tell you, you know, kudos to this guy. I mean, he built a good car. I mean, he walked away. I mean, amazing from that crash. I mean, so June did a good job. Anyway, yeah, he's pretty serious. You can tell he's talking about safety probably at this point. I don't speak any fluent Japanese at all. So if I mispronounce names and stuff, please forgive me, you guys. It's not intentional, right? Or Daje or June or whatever. And here, they're building the car, and man, I'll tell you, a lot of handmade work into these vehicles, and I'm sure even more safe. Now, guess here it is, the real deal. Now, guess where they are? You got Montague. Yeah, and they're doing testing out there. A lot of people didn't know that, but they tested out there in the road course. This car was, oddly enough, in GT4, the car was a pretty good circuit car. I mean, yeah, it had turbo lag, but it could do the circuit pretty good. Anyway, they're run tests out there. Here it goes. Whoosh. Yeah, wow. And you can tell it's Montague for sure. And, I can't guarantee it's the road course, but it probably was. Or length needed. And here's the guy from Menless Brakes. They're discussing stuff and that kind of stuff, and he's probably giving him some advice, and stuff like that, letting him know how the car is and how it feels and so forth. And there he is getting in. You got to give him credit. 2003 almost gets killed, and I'm going to take this car out in 2004 and try it again. And watch this guy. Yeah, he needs prayers. Right, yeah, right after 2003. And there it is at Motagi again. And wow, I tell you, this car looks really, really good. In person, it's like, oh my God. Anyway, you're going to come up here. He's going to, looks like he's pretty happy about it, right? He's happy with the car. All right, you can tell. He's looking forward to 2004 Silverstate Classic and my good old home state here of Nevada. And, he's definitely happy with the car. You can tell. And he's ready to go. I mean, you can tell he's looking forward to the run. After that 2003 run, he probably wants to try to prove himself, Right? But look, T-shirt, right? Silverstate Classic, there it is. Go Nevada. Anyway, yeah, right. And there's Montague. They're doing more testing. Somebody's behind him there. I don't know. But anyway, okay, now he's back out in Nevada. Now it's 2004 out in Nevada. I'm ready to go, right? And look at that car. I mean, just wow. Hey, those colors, they're spectacular. That car is beautiful. And, so he posed with the car here. He took a lot of shots of the car, stills. Really nice, Look at that. That's beautiful there. That's and we're out in the desert, It gets hot out there. Tell you what, these cars can run. And these are great shots. I mean, I don't think people have seen these shots for the most part anywhere. They've seen a lot of pictures of the crash, in 2003 car. People have seen that, But stuff like this is much more rare, right? There's the interior. Look at the safety equipment in there. Roll bars everywhere, man. After 2003, they're going to roll bar everything. Even the cassette player. Anyway, right. Well, yeah, just beautiful shots. There's those endless brakes, huh? Wow. Yeah. Big rotors, yeah. Just in case. There's the engine. All right. Now, every time I look at the engine of this car, it just reminds me of the turbo lag. The only thing I loved the car. Maybe a lot of guys loved it when they got it. I mean, loved the car. They loved the way it looked, right? I mean, come on, right? But a lot of guys didn't drive it because they just couldn't get it to run right, I finally got it to run right, and I know how to do it now. There it is. Yeah, now it's running. No longer cruising, man. He's moving. I can assure you that. Look at that yellow line, huh? There's what I'm talking about. 2004. Oh, almost happened again. And there's the original car from 2003. And then look what it turned into, right? Coming up. Oh, man. I mean, jeez, right? And then they did almost like a museum deal. was pretty famous, you know. I'm not sure where this was at, to be honest with you, but look at the guys looking at this thing and go, wow, holy cow. And Deja, oh, wow. And, you know, this is out in Nevada, some stills. All right, look at that. Beautiful, huh? Very nice. Yep, good old 190. And the car was at convention, right? Beautiful. Roped off. A lot of interest in this car. I think the colors brought a lot of interest. Here we go again. There's some snapshots here that I have of the engine. And I got to tell you, and don't forget, I had to get a close-up of that damn turbo. Right? That turbo lag. And, of course, the guy from Endless Brakes, right? There's those. And yeah, pretty cool. And, boy, what do you need? A parachute, right? Just in case, get that parachute and pull that cord. You know, I collected die-casts. I got the 118s. I got the 143s. I got a huge collection of GT cars that are die-cast. All Gran Turismo. Nothing non-Gran Turismo. If it was in Gran Turismo, I probably got it. Anyway, I love the die-cast. I just loved everything about this car. And then, of course, you know, photo travel, got to do it. Vegas, right? And all the others. I did a lot of photo travel. And by the way, in Gran Turismo 4, I have a video with my avatar. The picture of it's an avatar of me and my avatar itself, right? Too Fast for You. Go watch that video. You can run on a regular PS2 1440p graphics all day long. Easy, 10-minute job, all right? And an investment of $130. And watch that video. You can run Gran Turismo 4 and PS2 at 1440p. I mean, you know, right? That's what everybody was hoping, like, for GT7 to be like that, you know? be a Gran Turismo 4 except in GT7. Well, hey, 1440p is almost a remaster, right? So, anyway, here's some more shots. You know, this travel photo, you know, I did a bunch of them. You know, because of the personal connection I had. I even have many more than this, but I just put out these ones, you know. Yeah. And you know what? The modeling of this car in Gran Turismo, you have to admit, it's really good. I mean, whoever did the modeling on this car, I mean, he got it pretty cold. And, you know, the car was at Montague, you know that, so I had to go myself, right? So I went out in Gran Turismo 5 because at that time I didn't have 1440p graphics. I do now. So I ran it in Gran Turismo 5 because of the graphics being, you know, 1080 better than. But now that I got PS2 and 1440, I don't really, you know. But anyway, listen, I always appreciate guys that subscribe and give me a like. I'd sure appreciate it. I'm going to be doing a lot of stuff. As you can see, if you go to my channel, you see a lot of really cool stuff. I mean, big time, you know, Gran Turismo, stuff you never see anywhere. A lot of guys, you know, regular, you know, replays, not me. I got very interesting stuff that I posted, I think. So anyway, if you do subscribe and give me a like, it certainly will be appreciated. Have a great day. I mean that. Take care.